Welcome to Maker's Perspective. Today we're going to be making a sphere. I'll be assisted by J.W. May at Acme in Louisville, Kentucky. For this series, I'll be making what I consider the simple shape. Each shape will start with a starter bubble that is then gathered on. For my start bubble, I'll take that first gather to the marver and marver out a small cylinder. Squat it up and pop a bubble. I like to have a little bit of thickness on the end. When I go in for my second gather, I like to make sure that the glass is evenly distributed upon the moil. Once I get back to the bench, I'll block it all. For blocking here, I will focus on making sure that everything is nice and even as far as temperature and shape. The gather is fully touched from the moil to the tip at the bottom. Go back in for a reheat and reblock. Blocking the whole thing, then hanging it down and letting it stretch a little. And then inflating. Another stretch, and then jacking about 3/4 to 1/2 inch off the stick and having JW blow. I angle my jacks so that the tips of the blades are supporting the shoulder of the sphere. Angling this way is also helpful for large pieces as it will be cooler over the moil and closer to you than on top of the bubble you are working on.
Stop.
I'll go back in for a heat
Blow.
and finish out the shape.
Stop. All right, pony.
Once blown to the desired size, I grab a piece of glass to mark the bottom for the punty. A few flashes, then I torch that connection where I want it to break off. When JW comes with a punty, I'll take it and just touch the tip on. Then, if I like where it is, I can push it on a bit more. For sintering, one blade on top and one blade on the bottom of it, pushing down when the punty is high. For break-off, each blade on either side of the jack line, lift the stick and the piece will snap off. One can sinter by lifting up and pushing down on the opening or by lifting at the punty side when the piece is low. I see a chip, so take my tweezers and I'll try to tap it out. It's best to tap it out over a paddle or burnt part of the bench, something dark. That way you can see the chip when it falls out. Now for these heats, the shape is pretty much done. I just need to finish off, round out, like the top eighth of the shape. So most of the time, I'll just spin heating that very face of the piece. And when I flash it, I will go to where the back of the punty is completely in the burner, then back onto the face of the piece. I just need a bit of heat to round out that top section. I'll go in with my jack blades to make sure it's nice and round. That way, when I Sophie with JW, it will become the shape that we're looking for. Jacks on the inside of the piece, just rounding out the top.
Blow.
Straight to the Sophie, and puff up and reheat. Grabbing the jacks, rounding out the hole,
Yep.
then grabbing the Sophie and puffing it up once again.
Okay.
That pretty much sums up making a sphere. Now I'll start flashing the sphere down and torching the connection between the sphere and the punty. One more flash. Just a drop of water on that connection point. A slight tap. And then fire polish the rough area out. And there you have a sphere. Thanks for watching.